fishing the Nextcast Winter Authority 45. That means that you can take the 12-foot floater off and put a sink tip on. I'm fishing it with the floater on. It's a really nice line if you want a line to transition from maybe Scandi into a little longer line. Nextcast fall favorite or Winter Authority 45 is a great place to start. Probably would suggest a 13.6 rod or longer, maybe 13 feet. But really nice line, fun line.
This Winter Authority line is a really nice line for dry line work. It does have a 12-foot removable tip section, approximately 12 feet, that you can take off and put a sink tip on. I prefer it for a dry line, for fishing wet flies.
That far thingy over there.
Skaters with it. It's pretty easy to cast, makes sharp loops. It's a great transition line if you want to cast a little bit longer line than a Scandi line.
You'll get it.
I'll tell you guys straight up that my very best cast came, especially in the single spay, when I kept my hands right in front of my face and pushed with the bottom hand on the sweep. Felt like I was tip casting on the forward cast. I'm just trying to keep the rod a long lever and a little teeny box in front of me for my hand motions. When I imagine casting with just the tip, it helps me a lot to not try to muscle the rod. But if I'm using my top hand and bottom hand correctly, and my top hand is the fulcrum, and I'm talking about the sweep mostly, but also in the forward cast, if I use the fulcrum correctly, then I'm accessing all the power the rod has to offer, regardless of if I'm imagining casting off the tip. Also, it helps me to drift with both hands a little bit higher into the firing position if I'm struggling with my cast.
Start off with a slow, smooth lift. And what happens is guys get out here to cast and they do the lift super fast and jerky. So you gotta keep tension. You gotta see that river shooting down there, pulling on my line, and I wanna keep that tension all throughout. And I wanna keep the rod in front of me. My hands in front. So I'm gonna lift smooth, start my sweep, do everything with the rod in front of me, and when I start the sweep, it's going to be by pushing the bottom hand out, because I want to put enough sizzle in that V-loop or D-loop or whatever's going on back there that there's no slack when I make the forward cast. So I'm going to sweep, accelerating at the end of the sweep, and then as soon as the sweep is done, I'm going to go drift up and cast, trying to make a light anchor. So I'm going to lift, smooth, slow, push, and cast. Lift, smooth, slow. Keep that tension. It's really nice in this current. At the end of the lift, I'm going to push with that bottom hand. And that bottom hand push is what gives you the power in that sweep. And I'm not saying you want a super fast, flat sweep necessarily, but if you use that bottom hand, that'll put you into firing position when the time comes. Now the wind's kicking up. I'm going to go to a... That was ugly. Same way with the snake roll, you want to push with your bottom hand for the sweep. Keep your hand out in front. See, the beauty of this line is you don't have to strip out very much and you can still reach way across there. You got enough room. Lovely. So for the snake roll, I'm gonna, again, do my lift. Nice and high, get the line off the water. Do a smooth, numeral 9, keeping contact with my rod tip, feeling the content of the, what'd I say? Feeling the contact in the line, trying to keep it heavy the whole way through, lift. Okay, what I was doing wrong was I was thinking I had a 65-foot head on here, and I was overdoing my hoo-ha. I settled down, relaxed, got in the mind of casting a shorter head, and I did a really nice snake roll, but it really went a long ways. Let's do it again. See if I can do 2 in a row. Lift smooth, make my numeral 9 and push out with my bottom hand for the sweep. And now I'm fishing that far thingy over there.